I am Morgan Rose Moroney. I'm from Australia. I live in Australia in beautiful Brisbane, and I am an ex-gymnast who now focuses on hand balancing, and I travel the world doing retreats and workshops for hand balancing pretty much.
That's so amazing. And you're
So much fun.
that's absolutely incredible that this kind of concept or this job exists.
Thank you.
So that's great that you get to do that. So
Yeah.
what's your background? So were you always a gymnast? Like, what sports did you play growing up, and how did that affect who you are?
Yeah. So I did gymnastics for about 10 years, artistic gymnastics, and then I went into acrobatic gymnastics for a couple of years after that. And then during high school, I did running, swimming, netball, AFL, which is like the Australian version of NFL, I guess. It's like our national football league. That's pretty much it in regards to sports, but I had to stop because I needed to focus on school. So my parents took me out of all my gymnastics and acrobatic gymnastics to focus on school, and that's when I went and did all the other sports, which was really good. But I've always been super active, and I've loved the challenge of new sports that I haven't mastered or I haven't become good at. So it really makes me push myself to be better.
Yeah, I saw you post recently, you playing football or soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, was it? Yeah. And what was that for? Was that just for fun, or are you actually working at it?
So I'm training it at the moment 2 times a week and playing games on Saturdays every now and then. It just depends when I travel. So when I'm away traveling, I obviously can't do it. So I'm not 100% committed to it at the moment, but I'd love to get to a point where maybe when all my travels and stuff are over, that I come back and play professionally.
Wow, that'd be really cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
On another episode, we were talking with Jessica Bogdanov. She Russian Red, if you've heard.
Yeah.
So she was talking about how, like, I can do this, but I've already done that. And so sometimes she likes to push her comfort zone and her boundaries by trying different things. And I feel like a lot of either athletes or maybe gymnasts in particular, like, we get bored easily, or something's not challenging enough. It's like, okay, I already did that. Instead of working at it, practicing it over and over, we want the next best thing. We want something new and different to stay.
Yeah, for sure.
So how did you get to, the balance that you're at today, like with your fitness, with your nutrition, kind of having this this equilibrium where you're not on one thing and you have a healthy relationship with everything that you're doing?
Yeah, so to be honest, growing up, I didn't really have it's not that I had an unhealthy relationship with everything, but my training was so strict that we had to log our food each day at the age of 8. So it was ridiculous. Like, our training was silly. I had 4 Russian coaches who were very out there. And each session we'd rock up to, we'd have to weigh ourselves. So coming from that into normal day routine, I didn't struggle, but I just sort of had to get past the point of caring in regards to being super strict on myself, because every day, like how I live today, is that I'll wake up, if I feel like eating a certain food, I'll eat that food, or if I feel like doing a certain type of training, I'll do that type of training. But because I'm so open to so many things in regards to what I eat, what I train, what I do day in, day out, I just go with how I'm feeling. Like, if I am having a really sloppy, lazy day, I'm not going to go do a 20K run. That's silly. So I just base it off that. If I'm having one of those days, I'll go and stretch, and then I might do a bit of core workout, or I might take my dog for a walk, just do something a little bit more relaxing that will get my body moving. Foods, if I feel like I eat relatively well, but if I want to have that burger from across the street, I will. Like, I don't restrict myself with anything. I feel like letting go of the whole stigma in regards to you have to eat healthy, you have to eat this, or you have to do this much exercise each day. That's the hardest part, is just mentally trying to wrap your head around it. And once you've done that, you're pretty much sweet.
Right. So if someone is trying to lose 20 plus pounds, for them, maybe there's something mentally blocking them from being able to feel that way, because they've gotten to a certain point, and obviously their habits or something has to change. So restriction in some areas is necessary. So For those people that
Oh,
are
100%. Yeah.
with that, like how can they not have, you know, good foods, bad foods, or I need to work out this many times? Like how can they find that balance, but also justify and not enable themselves so that they're able to lose naturally and feel that balance?
Yeah, well, like if you're someone that's wanting to lose weight or something, all you need is calorie deficient. So if you're in a calorie deficient, then you're fine. So it's more just in regards, like something that I would tell someone to do is find something that they love doing, because when you're doing something that you love, it doesn't even feel like you're doing it, like you're not forced to do it at all.
Yeah.
And then food wise, the same thing with food, like find foods that you like that are good for you. I'm not going to just go eat really really healthy food that I hate the taste of just for its nutritional value. I'll find something that's similar to that I do like the taste of, that I'll actually enjoy eating and not just force myself to do so. So it's more just like finding ways around your like comfort zone, I guess.
Yeah.
So whatever you like, whatever you do, trying to find a way around that in regards to still sticking onto your goals and still tracking out what you're doing in regards to movement and eating and whatnot, but doing it in a way that is actually enjoyable and it's not putting stress on your body or making you be really strict with your dieting and movement.
Right. Yeah. It's, if you enjoy it, you're going to do more of it. If you don't like it, you're going to avoid it. That's just,
Exactly.
it's
That's
not
it.
simple, but it's not that simple. So
Yeah, I know.
that's what I'm trying to bring out there, because if you find that one thing that clicks with you, it's the same way as finding a passion or like a job and being able to leave something
Exactly.
restricted. So,
Yeah.
you know, why is it so important for others to train with purpose and, you know, not feel like they're punishing themselves for this? Yes, we're talking about find something that you love and blah, 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 but why is that so important?
I guess it just comes down to like how much joy you get out of it. So for example, I know you and I both do similar training,
Right.
and we love doing it because it's addictive and we love the results and we love the highs that we get out of it. We even enjoy the lows that we get out of it. But either way, whether we're failing or succeeding, we still love it and we're still determined to push through it. And it's a great mental state to be in. If you're always working on something, you're always trying to better yourself through something, then that's a positive way of doing life, I guess. But if you're really hating it, then clearly you're not going to want to do it. Clearly, again, physical exercise, doing all that sort of stuff puts you in a great mindset. Your body's loving it. Everything's just on point. So if you're not in that state, it can just like your mental health and your physical health can just decrease so quickly. But again, the whole idea that you find something that you love, dedicate yourself to it, push yourself to your limits, and you'll get the reward. You'll get that really high feeling each time you do it.
Yeah, totally. And you mentioned enjoying and loving the lows as well. So when you are in those, you know, those kind of low points where you're not motivated, or like the days you say, I'll just walk my dog, like, how are you able to bring yourself out of that and not stay there? Because some people will see that as failure, but other people will see what they've accomplished so far as a success. Like, what are you telling yourself when maybe you're talking down on yourself, feeling lazy, and you get into this kind of downward spiral?
Yeah, I think, like, again, what we said, mental state. But when I am feeling like that, I am very easy on myself in regards to, I know that the next day I might wake up and feel the best I've ever felt and smash out the best training session and get a new skill that I've wanted for months and months. But it's honestly just accepting mentally that you are going to have those down days, and it might just be because you didn't get enough sleep. It might be because you haven't had enough water. Like, there's certain things that you do each day that you don't really focus on that can affect your next day or how you feel the next day. So usually if I am having a bad day, I accept it for what it is. I try and get out of that. So I will go for a walk. I'll appreciate my surroundings, my beautiful home, the waterfront that I live on. More so just bring myself back down to earth and go, you know what, this isn't even that bad. I'm going to have a better day tomorrow. It's going to be fine. And if not, usually by lunchtime or the afternoon, I'm already in a better mood and spending time with good people and just honestly just like changing my surroundings and
Mm-hmm.
making sure that I get out of that sort of lumpy feeling.
Yeah, totally. And social media, and nowadays, because I know you're very active on social media, and that's partially how you've gotten a bunch of these jobs and made your career. So
Yeah.
when people see that, the highlight reel, they can easily compare themselves. Like, well, she does this every day. She's able to post something every day. And a lot of people don't understand, like, sometimes, honestly, influencers or people who have big followings on Instagram will do one day, like, where they feel awesome, and they'll just bring like 5 different outfits so they can get content in one day. And and they post that backlogged those drafts on the days where they feel like crap, So
yeah, no, I've definitely done that before in the past. I might get multiple photos doing one thing, and then I'll spread them out over a couple of months of uploading. But to be honest, like I'm someone, it definitely is a highlight reel, and I don't purposely do that. But if I'm feeling down, the last thing I want to do is jump on social media. Exactly. I feel like there needs to be that separation between real life and social media. And if you're in the slumps and you need to get out of this mental, like, downward feeling, a negative feeling, then the best way to do that is, like I said, go for a walk, enjoy your surroundings, spend time with real people, because social media is one of those things that it exemplifies everything. So if you're in a good feeling, it will make you feel even better going on, giving some love to people through comments, like having people comment nice things back to you. But then also, if you're in a really negative feeling, you jump on social media, it can easily drop you even further. So it's sort of one of those things that I would only do, or I only go on social media when I'm feeling good, or if I'm feeling like average and I just sort of want to get a bit of motivation from my friends posting their stuff or something like that. But when I'm in the down mood, I don't jump on it. I want to, like, I don't know, just bring myself back down to earth.
Right.
Be happy with what I'm doing, my surroundings, everything like that, the people that I'm surrounded with, and then when I'm feeling better, I'll jump back on.
Yeah, I think that's a very good message, and a lot of people do the opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
When you hear people say these things, like maybe they are in that negative slump and they hop on and their mind starts going into like, oh, I can't do that. I just recently did this, and I've been battling with this, and I'm probably gonna do like an Instagram live with Skylar Stegner, Skylar with an A.
Yes. Yeah.
We were talking about
little whippet.
Like, when you hear people say, oh, I can't pull because I don't have upper body strength, I can't do gymnastics because I'm too old, or I don't know, I'm so clumsy and I'm not coordinated, like, you get better.
We get that all the time. Hey.
So, like, what's your response?
Yeah, you need.
People say they can't.
Honestly, I will usually, if it's in person, if I have someone like that come to me in person, like a client or something, I will teach them something straight off the bat that I know they're going to get, and then it'll boost their confidence, because then they know, wow, my body's actually capable of this, and then I'll push myself to do it. But on the other side, if I'm not in person, face to face with someone, I'll just let them know, like, it's just, it's starting from something. Whether you're 6 years old or whether you're 50 years old. Like, I saw a 92-year-old doing a gymnastics kip up on the bar the other day. That is ridiculous. That is 90 years old. Like, if a 90-year-old can do it, then you can, if you put the time and effort into it, you'll easily smash it out. It's just another one of those things. Like anything, talent comes from training and practice. Talent, you're not just born with talent, you work hard for talent. So if you are wanting to do that, if you're wanting to get more mobile, if you're wanting to get more strong, start slowly and start from the bottom. Take the time and the progressions that you need to, and then the results will come really well, and they'll stick around for the rest of your life pretty much, especially with gymnastics training.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just, it's not a fast result, like you're saying. Like, you can do things like you said, explaining, okay, I'm going to teach you this right now and show you that you can do it. But if you want the lasting results, if you want to get better and better, like, that takes time. So you know, when I'm trying to explain to people what Train Like a Gymnast is, or just calisthenics in general, or pole or acro, it's like, I had no idea what I was doing either. My first pole class was like, I could never do what she's doing. Plus this hurts like crazy and my skin's gonna rip off. And then acro is like, I can balance on the ground, but I don't trust people. And
Yeah.
gymnastics, you know, like I want to be in the Olympics, but I have a fear of this and this and this. So,
Yeah.
you know, like you can always start from somewhere. You can always make up all these excuses for why it won't work. But when you put the trust in yourself, magical things happen. And, you know, anybody who's listening, like you can do so many amazing things that you just can't even imagine. Like you, just because you haven't done them yet doesn't mean that you can't. And I'm trying to explain to people that, like, even if you see all these things on in ads, like lose this amount of weight in this amount of time, or rapid this loss, or learn this in X amount of days, that's a way to get your attention. Sure, you can see results in those amount of days if you put in the work, but once you're in it, then you realize, like, that's a way to get you in to be able to learn these things that last you a lifetime. And majority of it is the mental, It
is. Well, that's the thing. Everything that you were just stating in regards to your goals and what's stopping you from getting there, they were all mental. All of your reasons were mental.
Yep.
It's got nothing to do with your physical capabilities, because everyone has that. Like, our human body is literally capable of so many things, but we just don't know because we set boundaries and we stop stuff from happening pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. And then once somebody does the quote unquote impossible, then we're like, oh, well, they can do it, so then it must be.
Yeah, exactly. It's possible. It's not impossible anymore.
Exactly. So
yeah,
believe in yourself and trust yourself, everyone. Just last two things. You know, what is like a one sentence kind of summary of, if somebody wants to feel like themselves again, get fit, or feel like an athlete again, what's like the first step they should take?
Oh, I would just say start small. Yeah. Just start small, because I feel like when people want to change their ways, their lifestyle, their habit, they go from 0 to like 90. And then they crash. And then they're like, no, I'm done. This isn't the life for me.
Right.
But if you're starting at 0 and you got to maybe 10 and you push yourself that first week, then that entices you to push yourself the next week and the next week, and then it becomes a good habit. But again, like everyone wants results quick, everyone wants to be happy quick, everyone wants everything quick and easy, and it just does not work like that. So start small, slowly incorporate it into your daily life, your work routine, all that sort of stuff, and then you will start getting like the addiction to it. You will start feeling what it's like to really be in such a positive mental and physical state that it won't even be something that you have to think about anymore. You will just naturally do it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And then we ask this to everyone who comes on and is a guest, is personally, what does it mean to you to train like a gymnast?
Movement. I think gymnastics has become so big in regards to like daily exercise and stuff, because it is movement of your whole body. It is taking in so many parts of physical work, stretching, mobility, strength, cardio and fitness, and just general, like it's a little bit of everything almost. So I feel like instead of being great at one thing, instead of being an awesome, strong Olympic weightlifter and not being able to run 100 meters, you're taking in everything, you're getting the best of everything, and your body is literally at its peak fitness level because it's getting everything that it needs. It's got everything like that. So I feel like training like a gymnast is all about movement, just making sure you do all of the movements all at once, and then your body's just loving it.
Yes. All right. Well, that was wonderful. So how can people get a hold of you, follow you, you know, if they have questions, where can they find you?
Cool. I've got Instagram, obviously, on social media. So that's Morgan Rose Moroney. and email as well as info@morganrosemoroney.com. And I've got a website, but again, that's www.morganrosemoroney.com.
Wonderful. Super consistent. Awesome.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much, Morgan, for hopping on. I really appreciate it. And I think my followers and your followers and our listeners are going to really appreciate this conversation and see both sides of
for sure
online. So I appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you for having me.